What is up? What is up, y'all? My bad. I don't know what the hell was happening there. But now I finally got me a little bit of like a little study session or study like roadmap because I felt like that's what I was kind of lacking. Cause I'm like, yo, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to like go into. I guess I knew what I was looking for, but I wanted more structure. I wanted more of like a classroom format. So I created something, or well, with the help of ChatGPT, of course. So if you guys feel like there needs to be things that need to be learned, let me know. But today, what we're probably gonna be doing is actually exactly what it says on the title. It says Learning Core PC Components Hardware Deep Dive. By the way, if you're here, make sure you end up hitting that like button. It pushes this stream out to other people. So give me 1 second, 'cause I want to set this up here. Perfection. All right, so what was I about to say? Okay, so we're gonna be doing a deep dive into PC components. So I wanted to get into things like what is it called? I think it'll be CPUs. Wait, no. Oh yeah, CPU socket types. I want to get into motherboard layouts, whether it's ATX versus the Micro ATX. I want to get into RAM types and speed, so the DDR3, DDR4, DDR5. Y'all know that. I want to get into the storage types, HDD versus SSD versus NVMe. And then we're gonna get GPU and then integrated graphics and then PSU, which is the power supply unit, and then wattage efficiencies, yada yada, right? So we want to be able to get into all those types of topics. So this is something I could either do with like PC part picker and then I could kind of figure it out. But I feel like for me, I want something that's a little bit more of like a guide, because if I'm just looking at PC parts, I'm not gonna really understand too much of what's better, what's not, because I don't really know what could be better and what wouldn't be better. So I guess the goal here is we found this website. Let me see if I can find something. Actually, real quick. Short, simple articles on every part. So let me see if I can find something. Let's start with the motherboard, because something that we first want to look into is motherboard layouts, ATX or micro ATX, and like, I guess pretty much which type would you want. So this website here, it is from Computer Hope, and it literally gives like low-key every description for anything. The only thing for me is like exactly what do I need to know? Because this is showing every part. Oh my goodness, the motherboard is just so like, I'm about to show y'all on camera. Give me a second. Bam. Like this is insane. So this is the motherboard. Below is an Asus P582E motherboard with labels next to each of its major components. So that's crazy. This is crazy because the only thing I be knowing about, oh, these are PCI slots. But the only thing I be knowing about is the RAM right here. This is, I believe, the CPU. Where the CPU goes. I'm not positive. I don't know. I can't see where the GPU would go. I'm assuming it's not in there. They probably just want to show the motherboard. I'm assuming, or I'm just not looking hard enough. But I'm assuming the goal is to just show the motherboard. And then it's crazy, like all of these little ports, these jumpers. I'm wondering, as a network engineer, would I need to know this? Or also even if I were to climb up the help desk way, like would I ever get into all of these like nooks and crannies? Like, oh my goodness. Like low key, I just want to buy a motherboard and just see what everything does. Obviously, it probably wouldn't work. Okay, let me zoom out. How do I get out of this? What the hell? It's not like a way for me to get out. Oh, I guess like that. So it says, where's the motherboard located? I feel like we kind of, well, actually, I know where it is, but I don't actually know in like words where it's located. I didn't even know there was a way to kind of describe that. But the location is what I see when I look. It says inside the computer case, yes, is where most of the parts and computers peripherals connect with tower computers. Yeah, so we kind of don't like we need to get into that. It says below are links to pages for more details on motherboards. The only thing, what was I looking for again? I wanted to see the difference. I should have wrote it down on the paper. But I'm trying to see like the different parts of the motherboard. This is just kind of teaching different things. This is the older stuff, so floppy connection, cache memory. Then that's crazy. What cables are connected to the motherboard? This is actually something I do want to know. So let me actually take notes of these, because I was like, I feel like it just wouldn't make sense to take notes on the cables if I'm not gonna see the cables. But then again, it's like maybe it is possible to kind of just look and be like, this has to be the main cable, or at least know the name of it, so I could be like, well, this is the power supply connector. Then there's a power connector, which is an additional power cable. So I'm assuming it both connects to the power supply. Then there's fan connect. Oh, I guess it is kind of easy to tell where it's connecting, low key. Like when you look at the name of it, you can kind of tell. The only thing that would probably be a little bit more difficult is like the second one also being called a power connector. But I think the only way to kind of get out of that is to be like, well, it doesn't say power supply. So then you'll be like, okay, so that's not the main one. That's just an extra one. Or you could do that with the 4-pin, 24-pin, be like, yeah, this has to be the extra one. So we got this connector, which is the main cable that connects the motherboard to the... Oh, and I'm also realizing it's an additional power cable for modern processors, so it's not even for the power supply, actually. I misread that. So that's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. So this is the main power cable. I want to take a note of that. Connects to the motherboard. So maybe if I ever watch like a video breakdown later, I can understand that. But I still kind of I need to get into the specs, man, but I do have to get off today at 12:30. So it's kind of crappy. All right, so let's do power supply. There we go. Then we're going to go 4-pin, which I guess is called the P4. PlayStation 4? No, I'm just kidding. the only time you understand something is when it's connected to the console. No, I'm just kidding. So power connector, and this is additional power cable for modern processes. Okay. We got that. Oh yeah, I already read that. I don't know why I read that like that was the first time. For modern. Sorry, it takes me a long time to write. Actually, what would probably be better is if I didn't write all of this on a notebook and put it into a document. But the problem is I can't follow along when I do it like that. So now we got a 3-pin case fan connector. Would I actually understand that? 3-pin fan? Oh, it does say fan case. I was like, I thought it said fin. I was like, I don't think I'll understand fin. That's gonna throw me off. But fin connectors. So I'm assuming this is what connects the fans. Small cable that supplies power from the motherboard to the fans. Oh, I actually wasn't even thinking about it that deep. This is how I have to think. So small cables from motherboard to fan. From motherboard to fan. There we go. And then we got the SATA cable, which I heard about SATA recently, but I don't know. Today's standard cable used to connect internal drives like SATA hard drives to the computer. Okay. But it doesn't say where the cable is from. So this is probably something that's like outside of the computer, maybe not connected to the motherboard. I feel like I kind of know what this cable is. I think it's just a regular cable. So internal drives, like SATA, unless it does go inside, and then that's kind of like, yeah, yikes. Oh, I didn't even know this was the definition of SATA. I didn't know it was serial at attachment, or just AT attachment probably, because it's uppercased. So I'm assuming it's HT attachment. Then it says hard drives to the computer. Yes, so hard drives to the computer. Finally happy I got a little bit more structure. Yesterday I was like kind of all over the place trying to think of something. Older ribbon cable that connects IDE drives, and I think I honestly would understand this without a note, but sometimes I think of future Marzi, which is me in the future, and I'm like, would future Marzi think that though? If future Marzi ever looks over these notes, would she think that that's what that's for? I mean, I would hope. But then it's like, what if I don't know what an IDE is? So when someone says it, I'm like, I don't know. We use SATA. I'm just kidding. So floppy cable, floppy drive cable for older computers with floppy disk drives. Yeah, because, like I said, my grandfather, I know he has a older computer. So this is probably something I would have to, if I ever dealt with like older people, I'm probably going to have to deal with this. floppy drive cable. I mean, it's true. At least, we're getting some understanding for older computers. And then I guess that connects to the floppy disk drive, but I think I would understand. Hopefully, future Mars. Okay, here we go. So this is what I wanted to get into is components advanced so have motherboards. Below are various motherboard form factors and additional information about each one. And this is what I wanted to get into. Because ChatGPT gave me we came up with this idea. I just all I remembered though was ATX. And then I don't remember anything else. So what was I supposed to get into? What was I supposed to get into? Damn, I wish I had hotkeys so it didn't look so y'all can't see that I'm jumping. But I'm jumping to something else. Okay, because they said ATX and then Micro ATX, and then a lot of this is advanced technology, balanced technology, low profile technology. So it's what I'm probably considering is maybe we could. I don't know. Should we look into all of them? I think I'm going to start with ATX and then I'm going to start with Micro ATX. We're going to get into that information. And then probably, yeah, that's probably what I would do. Because I don't know if they want me to look at absolutely everything, or is it they only want me to look at specific things like this. So we got ATX, which is short for Advanced Technology Extended. So we're going to look into, wait, what was this called? I think this was called micro. I think this was called technology, no, the components of the motherboard or something. I'm not too sure. So we're going to just start with, I guess I'm going to write this motherboard. Because my thing is I don't know if these are components of the motherboard or is this what motherboards could be. Are various motherboard form factors with definition of form factor. With computer hardware, form factor specifies its layout and physical dimensions. Form factors prevent incompatibilities between multiple hardware manufacturers. Okay, so that's the point. So some of these are made a certain way to take certain things. So now let's get into it. So we're gonna do ATX. I'm wondering what's the most common. I feel like it must be, is it the ATX that's the most common? So we can go into advanced technology. And then also too, just so we can probably get a little bit, so this is extended, hold on. Just so we can get a little bit of, probably see what we're doing. We're gonna do PC part picker. And see if we could find, oh, I was playing around, I forgot. See if we could find, what was it called again? It was called an ATX. So we can also see what ATX motherboards look like. But I just don't know. Do I legitimately look up ATX motherboard? Let me see. ATX motherboard. That might be the wave. Or not. Oh yeah, right here. ATX AM5. Is that the same thing? I believe so. This one's Micro ATX. So these two are different. Oh yeah, because these completely look the same. This does look different. Somewhat though. Might be smaller. Alright, well that's nice. So we can kind of have an image of what a ATX, at least AM5 is. I don't know if that's the same thing. Yeah, it looks like it's the same thing. So that's good. So this is what it looks like. You got the CPU, I'm assuming, is in here. You got the RAM here. You got the... Oh, is that? No. That can't be the graphics card. That probably is nothing. No, it must be... Alright, anyway, let's get... Oops, wrong thing. Alright, let's get into here. So we got the advanced extended. ATX is a specification used to outline motherboard configuration dimensions to improve standardization. Okay, so I'm assuming, the best way that I feel like they could have said this, unless maybe I could be wrong, is that, isn't it just a different design? And, yes, it has different, dimensions and configurations, and, your specs would have to be different when it comes to certain things that you can't buy, a CPU has to match it. So I guess maybe they just said it in more technical terms, but it's just a different design, and you have to find what matches. You say which cert? Oh, did I put cert on the title? Oops. Did I put cert on the title? I probably screwed y'all. Oh no, I didn't put cert on the title. Oh, is it when it jumps, when I jumped screen? So basically, I wanted to do the Google IT support certification, but then I realized that it really like cost a lot. Like I thought it was at least $20 a month. It's $50 a month. And then like I'm assuming I'm not gonna finish it in a month simply because I work a lot. So I work 10-hour shifts at this warehouse job. So it's like ain't no way I'm finna like and then it also takes me time to fall asleep, so it's like ain't no way I'm gonna be able to finish it in 1 month. So I'm like thinking 3 months ahead. You're telling me I'm gonna spend 150 and maybe more if I don't finish it in 3 months? Oh hell no. So I just decided not to go for the Google IT support certification. What is up, Joby? So I decided not to go for it, and I guess what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to right now I'm trying to learn the basics of IT, so I'm trying to get like into the fundamentals because I don't know too much of IT work or too much of computers. So I want to get down the basics, and then from there I plan on trying to learn for the CompTIA A plus. So that would be the next certification, I guess. But how are you, Joby? How are you doing? By the way, if you guys are new here, man, hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. It pushes the stream out to other people. And also hit that subscribe button because I will be documenting every single day of me learning this IT stuff, and eventually we're going to end up getting into, the goal is to become a network engineer at the end of the day. So definitely tune in. I've done this before with web dev. Every goal that I had with web dev I personally achieved or will be achieving in about a week or two, and then all the content is going to kind of pivot to IT support. So definitely hit that subscribe button and tune in. Says, how is it going? Or how's it going? It's going pretty good, man. It is going pretty good. I'm learning a lot right now. So first released in July by Intel. ATX has since had many revisions. The first version was here. I don't believe I need to talk about this in detail. I could probably do like no, you would assume everything had revisions. I think the point here is kind of trying to see what is the difference. So the ATX boards didn't hit the market until mid 1996 when they rapidly began replacing baby AT boards in new systems. The original ATX motherboard, often called standard ATX or full ATX, oh, I was wondering what that meant. Its COM port, LPT port, PS/2, and USB are mounted directly on the motherboard. So this is probably the older one. Or no, this is the Asus. Right, yeah, this is the Asus P5. But I don't know if this is old or new. I mean, if it's Asus, it must be new. Advantages of the ATX motherboard. Here we go. So now we're getting into a little bit more factors. The ATX motherboard includes advanced control facilities where the BIOS program continually checks the CPU temperature and oh damn, they get into like the details, and then it gets even better. Oh, so that's all they're gonna tell me. They're just gonna tell me like why it's better or why I guess the advantages of it. But damn, they're not gonna tell me no disadvantages. This seems a little perplexed. No, this is probably one of the most common ones used. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Which motherboard is the most common one used is what I'm wondering. So now we're getting into what is this called again? Advantages. So I guess I'm gonna write that down. But I'm trying to take down some notes for different types of motherboards and why you'd probably want to choose one over the other one. And so ATX is the first one to go. So ATX motherboard includes advanced control facilities. I just don't know if I should go through like every single motherboard or if I should just go through the main ones like this one and then even possibly the Micro ATX just to see excuse me, like the more or less common motherboards, because I was just looking at some over here in the PC part picker. And how do I get out of this? Okay, damn, can we really get out of this? A lot of these say, well, technically I did look up ATX, but a lot of these say micro, and it says ATX Wi-Fi. I don't know. Let me just completely look up motherboard by itself and see what pops up the most, and that's probably what I should look for. I think it's ATX, yeah. I guess this is the more common type. But micro ATX and ATX don't look the same. They look a little bit different. I'm assuming because micro just means it's tinier. So this includes advanced control facilities. Advanced control facilities, perfection, where the BIOS program continually checks the CPU. That's another thing I need to get more into detail about is what the BIOS program is. Like, That's why I think it's super fun for y'all to join the journey now, because it really, like, right now is the perfect timing, because it's really me who doesn't like know anything, and then I'm trying to see, like, teach myself. So by the time we get to like day 15, maybe even day 20 or further, it's like all this stuff that I'm learning now is going to become so like back of the hand. Is going to be crazy. I'm telling y'all, man. Like, I remember when I used to do this with coding, and I like knew nothing. It's been 7 months now, and now I could code, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now, I didn't get into like the deepness of JavaScript, but I got into like enough of what I wanted to do specifically. And it's just crazy because 7 months ago, I knew nothing. And then I documented the entire journey on YouTube. So definitely, stick around. Like, I have proof that I'm going to stick to this because I done it with web dev for 7 months. I know I'm going to do it for IT for however long it's going to end up taking. And the goal of this channel is to just always document new things. It won't forever be IT. It's going to be IT, of course, till I end up getting into a network engineer role, or anything within IT, if I decided to change my goals depending. But it should be a network engineer. And then like I'm just going to, it could transition into many different things. It doesn't even have to be in tech. The goal was to always just learn something, document it from day zero, because isn't that like what people really be wanting to see sometimes? Like, they'll always say, like, I want to see how you started. How did you get there? And then, people just give a basic answer. Like, oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. It's like, no, I could literally point you to hundreds of videos of me documenting me learning every single day. And it's like, if people want to do it, like, let's say, because obviously a lot more people would join the journey when I become a network engineer. They'll be like, oh my gosh, like, you did it. But imagine them saying, how did you get here? And I could point them back to all of this. It would be crazy. And then more people will really join the journey, because now they're going to be sitting there probably trying to work side by side with the videos that I'm doing. And then now they've seen someone who did basic studying or just did regular, things. And pretty much they got there. And it can give some type of motivation, or even give some type of motivation now, but I be thinking so far down the line. I'm like, if I ever saw a YouTube video or a YouTuber who documented every day of them like learning something, not just a one video for 30 minutes, an actual every day on live and in YouTube videos, I would literally sit there and learn everything. Because I would just be doing it with them. I would feel like we straight up are doing it together. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. So next we got the ATX motherboard has a stacked I/O connector panel mounted on the motherboard. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what an I/O connector is. So we're probably gonna have to go and hit that definition soon. Definitely gonna have to go hit that definition. An I/O connector, unless y'all know the answer, but I probably definitely will have to go and put that somewhere. All right, let's go here, put the /IO connector, and probably put a question mark next to it so I can remember to come back and get that definition. An IO connector panel mounted. So it's a panel. Gotta make sure I get everything in here. So mounted on the motherboard. Perfection. And then question mark for later. And then I'm gonna get into the next thing, which is on a socket 7 ATX motherboard. The socket is placed a further distance from the expansion slots, allowing for long boards to be placed in easier. Oh wait, so when it says long boards, you're telling me that you can have an ATX and it could still be an ATX, but it can just be bigger? Wow, I'm just baffled. Because this is an oh no, this is a Micro ATX again. Why'd I keep doing that? I mean, the ATXs, they look the same to me. Unless it could just be longer. But how do I can I look up long ATX? I mean, long motherboard. They're going to be like, what the hell is she searching? Yeah, I was going to say. Damn. All right. Well, guess that's fine. I mean, I've only been looking at the same, like, 7. Let's just jump to 200. We'll do the... Oh! So this is still an ATX. But this is an AM3. The other one was an AM5, I think. So what's the difference between an AM5 and an AM3? I mean, it looks different. But I thought the ATX and Micro ATX were the only difference. So it's an AM3. What the hell? They have this on the side? Oh, yeah. I learned that the other day. It was shocking. It was shocking. So we got this. Let's keep this pushing. We're gonna go on a socket. I forget that when I switched to this screen, when y'all could see the screen, I should probably write on the screen what my goal is for this YouTube channel or for today. But I guess I'll just tell y'all because I didn't write it. But for today's goal, it literally is what it is on the title. We're trying to dive deep into the hardware, learning core PC components, and trying to get as much knowledge as we can. I didn't think that a motherboard would have so much knowledge, but I should have known because that is really where everything kind of comes into place. And I'm assuming this is probably just the most common motherboard that is used as of today, or the most up-to-date motherboard. So we're just trying to get a little bit of a little bit of what it does, what it brings to the table, a bit of its expansions, a bit of its advantages, and then eventually we're going to get into the Micro ATX because that seems like a separate thing, but it's still an ATX, but it seems a little bit separate. They look quite different. And then also too with the AMD 5 or AM5, whatever it was, that also made the motherboards look a little bit different. So I want to get into that for today. Hopefully we can get into all of it. If not, we're just gonna have to push this to tomorrow. And I'm so sorry, y'all, because it really be my fault because I can't wake up early for nothing. And then I also keep thinking, like yesterday, I swore on everything I was supposed to be getting like an X-ray, right? I was supposed to be getting an X-ray. And then I woke up and then I realized that I wasn't gonna get my X-ray yesterday. It was gonna be tomorrow. So then that screwed everything up. And then I thought I was gonna do it today, and then we didn't. So now I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. And hopefully we really do it because I'm tired of saying I'm gonna do it and then I don't do it. So now we got the ATX 2.0, which includes a single keyed Molex, internal power supply connector. Oh, so it comes with a power supply connector, nice, which cannot be placed improperly. Ooh, wait, but if so, like, could we put the warning here? Like, why? Would my PC blow up? Like, what is going on? So, however, its standby voltage needs to be greater than 720 mA. While the Molex power connector supports 5V and 3.3V voltages, we recommend only using a 3.3, but be used. Okay, so I'm assuming V means voltages. I think. That was just my assumption. What the hell is MA? I wouldn't know. We're going to have to put a question mark next to that. We'll figure that out later. However, wait, what was I writing? Includes a single key, so let's go up to here first. I had such a weird dream today. I keep having dreams where it's like, it low-key is fun, right? It's low-key fun. It's like a adventure dream, I'll kind of say, but it's always like a little bit of fear is always a part of it. So for some reason in the dream, I was like getting ready for a party, but every time I'm getting ready for a party in my dream, I always end up being late. Like I just can't get ready and go to the party. It's always like, I can't find this, I can't find that, I can't find this, and then time fast forwards like a lot. So everybody was partying all day, and so I finally make it outside after trying to get like I don't even know what was taking so long. And so it was super late, so the party was kind of like gonna be over soon, and I was upset. It happens every time there's a party. Like I don't know what be going on in my dreams. But then it just kind of turned like really scary, and I don't know how to explain it because every time it gets scary, I can't say why it was scary. It just didn't feel good. But it's still fun, if that makes sense. Like I love these dreams, but like come on. Why is it always got to be like this? Eventually it turned into a video game, and then somehow there were killers on the loose, and then I don't know. It was just wild then. So it says, however, it's a standby voltage needs to be great. Wait, what? Oh, its standby voltage needs to be greater, and then it's going to teach me why. Oh, I keep forgetting the camera's up here, and I'd probably be looking crazy trying to read. I'd be thinking my camera's over here. So its standby. Let's get that voltage needs to be greater than, right? Yep. So needs to be greater than 300 or 720 MA. Whatever that is. Oops, let me not uppercase. Because it's lowercase for a reason. That must mean that there's another M used for something. Now, while the Molex power connector supports the 5V, always use the 3.3. I wonder why. Is it just because it'll be too strong or something? Or is it just better for like computer, While Molex works, let me use it in Marzi's language for 5V, always use, or recommended use, that's probably why I said always. I'm just adding words up in here. Recommended use of only 3.3V. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Next step. Relocation of the memory in the CPU allows better ventilation, easier installation. Oh, okay, I like that. I like that. Because it is in a different spot. But the thing is like, I'm just so confused because the AMD or the AMD 3 completely look different than the AMD. Like, this is a, I mean, I'm saying D, AM3, and then the AM5 was the other one. And they completely look different. Completely. Like, I don't even know. Actually, oh, you know what's crazy? The form factor is a Micro ATX. So that's why. Oh, yep, I didn't even see it. Damn. Then it has DDR3 memory type. Oh, so this is the type of stuff we're about to get into. The AMD chipset. Oh, because they were telling me that they want, literally, they started with socket, form factor, chipset, memory max. I was so lost. PCI slots. Wow. You got PCI times 16 slots. 1. Onboard video, USB 2. Oh, okay. So that's, damn, they're actually about to teach me what all of this means. Bro, I'm about to get an overmax computer one of these days. One of these days it's gonna be fire. I'm gonna know exactly what to get. Damn, I just hurt the hell out of my hand. And that's the only reason why I want to get an x-ray is I hurt my hand, I want to say a week ago or so. Maybe like longer, shorter, I don't know. My days are messed up. But when I press right here, and by the way, I work a very physical job. I pick up heavy things. When I press right here, it is the worst pain. Okay, let me not say the worst because, well, I never went through anything worse. So it's the worst pain for me when I press on here. And it's like, I think I need to get an x-ray for like a peace of mind. It's gonna suck that I have to come out of pocket for it. But it's like, I mean, well, I have insurance, but I still have to pay like, that maybe like $50, right? And then I already went to go previously. They just wouldn't give me an x-ray. And so I already spent $50 and I'm about to go back for $100. And then if they try to play me on some, oh, I don't want to give you an x-ray, your hand looks fine. Like, no. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know if it's a minor fraction. Like, I still have pain. Y'all told me I should be good in a week. I'm in pain. That's just gonna probably have to be how I say it. And I'm probably have to get crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Just starts yelling. Power management is now possible with proper BIOS support. Also, it wasn't possible before. Is the only way I could take that. I mean, honestly, that's the only way anyone could take that. I don't know why I said that. I wonder what was before the ATX. Was it micro? Was micro first, or was it something else? I mean, they said the ATX was made in 1997, right? I don't know. I gotta go see. I gotta go scroll back up real quick. I believe it was 1997 or 19, some in the 19s. That is so crazy, man. And then with all this type of like technology, like I feel like we low key have such a like I like wait, oh, 1995. Okay, I was close. I was close. The generation that we're in is so strange because it has the most technology and it has like social media, and I think a lot of it can be used for good, but it could also be used for bad because now that we have so much social media and we can literally see everything, that's not what our human brains are supposed to be, which is personally why I deleted social media, because I'm like, I don't care, especially because a lot of accounts, they like to fear monger. It's like they want you to be in fear. And I just feel like, obviously God did not give us a spirit of fear, so I'm not going to sit here and watch something that's constantly going to put me in fear or make me think that things are like way worse than they probably are. And I think things are definitely bad, but people just want to put you in fear and they want to stop you. Oh, I thought that said modern. That says modem. But people just want you to be like stopped. So for me, I just completely cut out social media. The only social media I use, if you can count it as social media, is YouTube. But depending on like the content you watch, which I watch like learning content, and I feel like I watch content that kind of feels like a TV show. It's not really like a social media. Maybe I might run into like YouTube shorts and see stuff like that. But even with YouTube shorts, it doesn't even feel like fear mongering. They kind of just recommend you what you kind of watched or stayed on. While, you go on Twitter for 3 seconds, you're seeing somebody die. Like, I'm like, bruh, I don't even want to be on this. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I thought this was a nice little video and someone just got sucked into a machine. It's like, come on. you can't even like scroll by Twitter without seeing something crazy like that. So I don't know. I just be cutting it off. So it's like I could see the negative effects of social media, but then obviously, the positive is that some people can make it into an income source, especially people who can't really work physical jobs. And I think that's pretty cool. Or just have a community. There's always something that can come off positive, and then social media can also be very informative. But nowadays, you also got to remember that we just have some evil people in this world that they're going to make you feel like they're informing you, but they're just telling you BS just because they think it's funny if you sit there and bring it up in conversation as if you know something. It's like, I don't know, people just be crazy. It can definitely be used for evil, but it definitely could be used for good. And we're in such a weird like generation because back in the day, they did not have any of this. They seen the progress, but they had none of this. And it's like we're even getting to a point in this generation where like we're seeing things that like other generations thought they would see. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing self-driving cars. Like what? I know obviously there has to be a person in the car, but you could literally let the car just drive, which is insane and you shouldn't do because just in case, But then we're also seeing stuff where AI is now coming into picture. They didn't, of course, they didn't have that. They were still using phones that was like, not even cell phones. Like I don't even know. It's wildin'. It was wildin'. Like we are in such a strange generation, man. A strange generation. And then you got to think of the people that are like a little bit older, like the grandparents that are still alive. Um, they really saw like they seen the progress. Like they must have had it like good for real to like see all that technology. But and with it, for instance, my grandmother, she don't do the new technology. She hates it. She still has a flip phone to this day. Grandmother is not changing. She won't change up on her roots. My grandfather though, he has a touchscreen phone, but it's still old. Like he doesn't want to get like a new phone, but it's funny. It's so funny. I'm like, I wonder when I get old, am I just gonna be like, I don't care about none of this? Am I gonna be able to get old? This world's going to fucking is going to hell right now. Like I don't know. Jesus come back, rather like we need you. But also too, with Jesus, like I feel like the best way for me to look at it is like with Jesus not being back yet, it's very helpful in the sense of like we still have more time to spread the gospel to people, and that should always be our goal, is to just spread, as like I feel like especially if you're a believer in Christ, is to spread the gospel, because if people believe, they're going to heaven. So it's like just spread that, because you don't want nobody to be left behind. But then we have this whole entire false doctrine that's kind of running Christianity. So it's like I see why people don't want to believe, because they're thinking they need a whole freaking life change or they're not going to heaven. I'm like, come on. Salvation and discipleship are two separate things. So sometimes called MATX and Micro ATX. So I haven't seen MATX. It always says micro. Well, at least as of right now, it says micro. So I just wanted to get into this, and this would probably be the last thing I look at for the motherboard. And we took a whole page of notes there for that motherboard. But I just want to see like which one is better, because that's what ChatGPT honestly was telling me to get into. ChatGPT was like, we'll do Micro ATX and then ATX versus. So this is a I'm a motherboard that is 9.6. Oh, so it's probably smaller. I can't tell if that's big or small. I would hope it's small, because why would it be called micro? Deep and capable being as small. Okay, there we go. As this. So this motherboard has been introduced by Intel in 1997. Oh. So the other one was 1995. This one was 1997. So they really were on the case. They were like, we got to get these motherboards out. It's a smaller motherboard used in ATX. Can you make your own motherboard? Like, if I bought the right components, could I make it? I mean, I probably would. Oh, they're not even going to give me nothing. They're just like, it's small. It's the same thing. It's small. So, it's a smaller motherboard used in ATX or smaller computer cases. Advanced technology? Oh, never mind. Never mind. We don't gotta talk about that. So, I guess there's nothing new. It's just small. So, okay, smaller. Or, yeah. I'll just put like smaller motherboard. Same thing. No, I'm not gonna do the same thing, but whatever. I guess that's all that is. I mean, it looks smaller, but it looks different to me. Like, hold on. Well, this is a different type though. Ew. You know what? It really is small. It's just the SATA. Yikes. It really do be small. It's so strange seeing that on the side. Actually, I wonder if I go back to day one. I mean, not day one, to number one, and then I click this and I click this. It really just be chilling on the side. Oh, I thought I could rotate. Oh, I guess it's not that cool. Let's go to the next one. This one is regular, but it looks like it's micro for some reason. Yeah, wow. It's always been like that. That is insane. So the power ports really do come from the motherboard. Oh, this is kind of like straight to the point. Hold on. What the hell? Can I please? This is kind of like straight to the point because this is the CPU, and then you got the RAM, you got the, I'm assuming here is going to be the, if I can think. Bro, what is the name? I'm assuming here is going to be, oh, the GPU. And then I wouldn't know what would go here. Can't tell you nothing. I don't know, because I know sometimes certain things have like a sound card that gets clicked into one of here, but I think a sound card or audio, whatever, is very tiny. But then also an SSD, but then sometimes they don't use an SSD, so I can't tell you what the hell this is, or what this is supposed to be, what's supposed to go there. But that's pretty cool. Memories, and then this gets into 256 gigabytes for memory. The memory type is DDR5, so I'm assuming DDR5 is the best. We obviously haven't gotten into that. There's memory 4 slots. This is the speed, so 4,800, 8,400, that's nice. M2, so we got the M keys, 4 SATA GB ports, Wi-Fi 7, what the hell? What the hell is Wi-Fi 7? At least we're gonna end up getting into a lot of this. So, oh, this is what it was talking about when it says the socket and CPU. I'm like, what is the AM5, AM6, or AM3? Okay, that is like too much. Why does every part have a name, bro? This is crazy. And what are the reviews on this? Can you build your own motherboard? I just wonder. I probably would do it for fun. But I wouldn't even really know. I probably I was meant to say electrocute myself. You probably knew what word I was about to say. By the way, if y'all are new here, man, make sure y'all end up hitting that subscribe button. So here are the trends. What does that mean? Oh, okay. We got the Ryzen. AMD Ryzen. I love that. Intel Core i3. People use this. I have a Ryzen. I think I have a Ryzen 9. Yep. Where's my Ryzen? Right here. I wonder, is this the strongest Ryzen? Or no? Because it says 9, I want it to be the strongest, but I don't know. Well, that's the only... wait. I don't know if I have a Zen 4. Or if I have a Zen 3. It doesn't say. It just says Ryzen 9. Whatever. But if y'all are new here, man, make sure y'all end up leaving a like, even though it's about that time I have to end up hopping off here. I wish I could have stayed on longer, but hey, listen, the fact that we hopped on and we got to work and we started learning, we got into a couple of things. We finally learned what a motherboard ATX is. We learned the difference between the ATX and then I guess the Micro ATX, which is just that it's smaller. I guess it still has the same things. Eventually, we got to get into more deeper stuff within the hardware, which I cannot wait to dive into. So if y'all are new here, man, like it up and also hit that subscribe button because I will be documenting this entire journey until we become network engineers. So I think that's going to be super sick. So far, though, we're going to keep the goal pretty short. And I'm probably going to change the goal here. And instead of it saying Google IT, I think I'm just going to do like IT fundamentals first. Just because I don't really know anything, so I don't want it to, because I was going to do like CompTIA A+. Hope I spelled that right. If I didn't, we'll figure it out. But I don't want to do CompTIA A+, and then people come on here expecting me to be learning CompTIA A+. Hey, what is up, Sum? What is up? But I don't want people coming on here expecting me to be learning for the CompTIA A+. I think I'm just going to do IT fundamentals instead of Google IT support. I think that might be better. Live study talk. Oh, and then also too, we hit our subscription goal, by the way. I don't know why it's acting like we didn't, but we hit about 1,700, so I'm gonna have to fix that for next stream as well. But thank y'all, man, for tuning in. Hope y'all ended up joining this journey, and if you did, I hope you liked this journey. We have a bunch of subscribers that ended up coming. I don't even know where they came from. It could have been the live streams, could have been the YouTube shorts. I don't know. Things were just going crazy. So thank y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for just everything, for tuning in, joining me on this journey of me just documenting myself learning. Like, that's so crazy. I'm literally just documenting myself learning, man, and we get to build a community build supporters, man. Even though like I know y'all didn't really talk this much, it's okay because I'm a yapper. But I seen y'all in there. I seen like the view count go to 8, go to 10, go to 5. Like a good 5 people I've been sticking. So thank y'all so much. Y'all don't gotta comment. I see y'all. I know y'all are there. That is super cool, super amazing. So thankful. Truly, truly so thankful. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't recall. I don't recall. I might have a video coming out today. Oh, something I wanted to say is if you are new here, don't be surprised if the content that I am going to post for about a week or so, like a week or two, is going to still be about web dev. But then after that, we are going to completely pivot to IT support. So if you are here for the IT support learning, it's eventually going to pivot that way. So that's going to be super cool. And also, if you're only here for the live streams, I do post shorts and YouTube videos. So don't get startled by that because I've noticed that sometimes I'll get subscribers from a live stream and then I'll post like a YouTube video and then people would unsub because they're not probably thinking that they subbed for my YouTube video, the YouTube short, so they get confused and will unsub. So make sure that y'all remember. I got live streams, I got this, I got that. You said, someone said, hello, hey, what is up? I think it's Ayana, I believe. What's up, Ayana? And then someone said, don't stop the live. I wish, man, but I have to go to work today because I thought I was going to go to urgent care. So that would have been different because then I could have stayed on, went to urgent care later, but I do have to end up going to work today. So I got to stop the live, man. It's coming up. I got to get ready. It sucks. I wish I could stay on longer. But normally when it comes to my days off though, y'all, I probably would stay on for like 2 to 3 hours. So definitely make sure, my days off, y'all could tune in on then as well. But I should be coming live every day. And the point of this too is even if it's 45 minutes, if it's an hour, what my whole entire goal is that even if you have a little bit of time, still get up, still study what you need to study, even though you may not get as much information as you wanted. Consistency is always key. Remember that. Consistency is always key. Discipline is key. I love y'all. If y'all just tuned in now, hit that sub button. I will be coming back on tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. Catch y'all in the next one. Someone said, what is the time in my country? The time in my country, it is 1:33 p.m. 1:33 p.m. I hopped on a little bit late, y'all. Normally I wouldn't stream to this time. Well, normally I have been streaming to this time because I can't wake up on time. But 12 p.m. EST, if it's not 12 p.m. EST, more than likely 12:30, 12:40 EST. It should be around that damn time. 12 to 1, I should be live. Pretty much within that moment. But alright, be catching you on the next one. Love y'all. Y'all been super goated. Deuces.